right, here we go, everybody. Well, here we are. Section 325 podcast. Man of my word, Zach won the bet.
Yep.
I obviously lost. I hope you guys are getting your laughs in, enjoying this. In fact, I've had an overwhelming... everyone loves it. So I'm keeping it. I'm not
I
ever
think
going
you're the
back.
one enjoying this. I think you're enjoying it a little bit too much.
It's true what they say, Zach. Blondes have more fun.
And if you, hey, if you got the good looks, doesn't matter what color hair you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just going to accentuate what you already have.
Yeah, apparently I can probably, with the face like this, I can probably color my hair whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was going to say, next time we do a challenge, we're doing maybe green hair.
Yeah.
Maybe green, maybe yellow.
I think we do something.
Yeah. It looks good, though. It looks good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it does look better than yours.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Nobody's
pretty
arguing
obvious.
that. Nobody's arguing, but thanks for being a man of your word and taking the loss well.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the University of Purdue and just thank you.
And Princeton and Creighton.
Yeah, Princeton and Creighton.
Just thanks for being Princeton and Creighton.
Thanks.
Nobody has your color hair there at Princeton and Creighton.
No.
Straight edge. Yeah.
So let us know what you think about the blonde hair. Yay, nay. We need to know.
Our women viewership, probably going to go up more.
It probably is.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Probably is.
This dark skin with blonde hair, all I need is blue eyes. I just go get some of those fake contacts.
Yeah. Then you're good. Good to go.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, where should we start? We got a lot to talk about.
Well, the Masters.
Yeah,
I think we got to go right into the Masters. How were you excited for Rahm or were you like, Kepa, come on? Like
I mean, I always have a certain group of guys I like. I always want, obviously, Tiger. It's always the long shot. I like Spieth. I like Scheffler. I like, some of those guys. But, I mean, Rahm's a guy that I root for. I don't not like him. I never like watching Koepka win,
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, all the guys that you just mentioned actually made a late run on Sunday.
Yeah. Spieth made a run. Scheffler, Mickelson.
No one was going to catch Rahm. But,
yeah. It was really surprising. I mean, it was a good Masters. It was definitely a lot of bad weather. Obviously, Tiger withdrawing. He just had the worst of the weather.
Poor Tiger.
He went out a Saturday morning and played in 35-degree weather with 20-mile-an-hour winds and rain. And so,
and the plantar fasciitis kicked in.
Yeah.
Was it the cool weather? Does that make that worse?
Apparently it does. I mean, my dad said he had it, and it's pretty bad. So.
Maybe it was sore from kicking his girlfriend to the curb.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know.
It could have been.
We don't know.
But I just appreciate that Tiger came out and really put in the effort to play. I mean, it's special every time we get to see him play. But Brooks, it was really interesting watching the Masters ever since Full Swing came out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of non-golfers now know who these guys are, and a lot of them have commented on Brooks.
What's the one guy with that awesome chip between the sand traps?
Oh, Thigala.
Thigala. Yeah, he was in that show.
Thigala. Yeah, that was a really cool moment because Tiger chipped him from there in 2005 and to basically win the Masters, and so people were yelling, do it for Tiger, do it for Tiger.
Oh, wow.
Before he chipped it, and he chipped in, and everyone was like, yeah, go Tiger.
That was awesome.
So that's pretty cool.
Oh, no.
Yeah, geez.
What is that?
Oh, no. Let's say it to Tiger.
Tiger colored his hair blonde.
Tiger lost the bet.
Tiger
Mac Daddy
lost the bet.
Santa. The story with that is apparently every Christmas he dresses up as Mac Daddy Santa. So, for his kids. So maybe you want to try that
Daddy Santa. Okay. Wow.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll keep my comments to myself on that one.
Apparently Tiger's a Braves fan.
Yeah. Surprised.
What is that?
What happened to his eyeballs?
Oh, jeez.
He's on cocaine.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch. I mean, I was surprised that Koepka threw it away. I thought he was going to win for sure.
He didn't really throw it away. I mean, I wouldn't say Rahm was playing they were parring a lot of holes. Just Rahm got birdies. And Koepka got a couple bogeys.
Yeah.
And then he got another bogey. Finally got his birdie after 23 or 4 holes without a birdie. And he just and you could see it on his demeanor. Man. He didn't have it.
He just looked tired.
He didn't have that like Phil, the 53-year-old Phil Mickelson hitting that.
He had the energy.
Birdie.
Yeah. That was exciting to see.
It was.
I mean, I'm not a
lefty.
huge Phil fan, but I think he's exciting to watch.
You know what was going through my mind is how is Phil able to stay healthy and still golfing at 53 at a high level? Obviously, he's right there with Koepka, -8. Mm-hmm. And then you take a guy like Tiger who You know, he can't keep a girlfriend or healthy.
I don't know. I think that's kind of the mystery with Tiger.
I think, well, stay tuned. You know, next week we're going to have Tiger Woods on here. We're going to ask him those hard questions. And instead of having this, I think you're just going to hit Tiger on the head.
We're going to get to the bottom of it. But, yeah, I mean, Koepka just looked tired. And maybe...
What do you not like about Koepka?
Well, I didn't like when he was kind of in his prime. Or he just kind of made golf seem like it wasn't that fun for him.
What do you have against guys that color their hair blonde?
He's
what is it?
Well, you know, he's like, oh, I'd rather be a baseball player. He kind of downplayed golf, you know. He just is. He's just something about him. But I don't know. After watching the Netflix series, I actually liked him better after watching that.
Yeah,
because he was pretty real during that. He was very confused about his game, and I thought that was good to see some vulnerable.
Because he's still, even though he's got $100 million in the bank from the Saudis, he still was not happy with where he was in golf. And just goes to show you, money's never going to make you happy. Go do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And maybe you'll make some money along the way because that does create more opportunities. But
speaking of that, the Sam Bennett, the amateur that almost won.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
And his whole story about his dad died from early Alzheimer's. And like one of his last years, his dad was alive and kind of forgot everything. He just kind of came up to him and told him to not wait to do anything or something. And so he went and got that tattooed on his wrist. And I thought that was really cool. I mean,
you know, I know he doesn't have the same hairdo, but every time they showed him, I can only think of one person. And do you remember, what was
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I think he was a caddy or something.
Oh, yeah.
On a movie.
What movie? There's only a couple caddy movies.
Might have been Happy Gilmore.
Happy's caddy?
No, there was the homeless-looking guy, but there was a kid that had really blonde hair. Remember, it was real curly.
Will Zalatoris?
No, well...
It is Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, everybody made fun of Will Zalatoris because he looked like him.
No, but that guy looks a lot like the kid from yesterday.
Nah. Looks like Will Zalatoris. Willie Z. It was funny because when Will Zalatoris almost won the Masters a couple of years ago, Adam Sandler tweeted out, proud of you, buddy.
Oh, that's right.
Can't believe you made it this far since you caddied for me.
That is awesome.
But anyway, great Masters. Always impressive.
He does look like him. I told you.
Which picture were you looking at?
This one right here.
Well, that's Will Zalatoris, though.
Oh, that looks like the kid who almost won that was the amateur.
No, Sam Bennett.
They look like super similar.
No.
Bring up Sam Bennett and this guy next to each other.
I don't think so.
What's his kid's name?
Yeah, that's it.
Sam Bennett.
They don't look alike. They don't look alike at all. They have the same like skinny body type.
Yeah, I don't know, guys.
I don't think so.
Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
You're wrong about a lot of things. I'm just kidding.
Obviously, can't pick Nancy.
What did you think of the Masters? You know, what's your takeaway?
I enjoyed it. You know what was great is nobody was getting shots tight into the pin. They had a lot of long putts, and you didn't see a lot of long putts go in.
Yeah.
And really it's like, okay, that's everybody out there's game. Right? We don't just hit long putts when we're out playing. We don't always hit it tight to the pin. Like, you know, you're pretty good at golf, but, you know, I might be high.
I mean, my seventh shot, you know, for double bogey is usually about 3 feet.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But, you know, and a lot of approach shots were going off the green even.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you know, you can't feel so bad as an amateur player when you don't hit every green. And
No.
The difference between an amateur and the pros is they can chip it to within inches of the hole. That's impressive.
Their short games are all great. Yeah.
It's completely different there, but
makes you wonder what an average person would shoot at Augusta. I was telling my brother that the Masters should not only have like the amateurs come, but they should have a random person come play the Masters every year.
Yeah.
Just a random like +7 handicap.
That'd be great.
Just put them in there, and see what they do.
Man,
watch them shoot 95 or something or 102.
What about the trees that fell? Did you see that?
Gosh, we got to get a video of that. That was insane.
We got to put that on. There was multiple people around. It looked like they fell in slow motion. They were able to kind of react, but
my theory is somebody died.
No, There was a lady that at 3 trees landed. She was standing in the middle of one of them.
It's got to be one of the luckiest ladies to ever. Could you imagine if somebody would have died?
Oh man,
would they have canceled it?
I think they would have.
There's Sergio, not caring at all about.
I think they would look at look out!
Oh man, look at that right there! Look at that lady right there. She's right in the middle. She's standing right in the middle.
Yeah, look at her. Her head's like.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
What is that? Oh.
Wow,
that is crazy. I never even thought about that in my whole life. That at the Masters, I never once thought about the trees being able to even fall over. But
no, and they didn't like snap off. They came out of the ground like it was overwatered and it's not like it was blowing that hard. So it was something was unstable with those trees, and it's just crazy that it fell when all those people were right there.
Look at those golfers.
Look at
this guy in the white there.
He barely made it out of the way, and he took his umbrella with him.
That is insane that nobody got hurt. What a blessing, you know?
Absolute blessing, yeah.
We all know if it was me standing right there, it would have fell right on top of me.
Well, I know that you couldn't have ran out of the way of that tree.
Yeah, you're right. I could not.
Zach, I beat Zach in the 40-yard dash, so we should have bet blonde hair on that race.
Is that your proudest achievement?
It is at this moment on the podcast, just to know that I beat you at something.
Yeah.
But let us know who you wanted in the Masters tournament. It'd be good to know who everybody's favorite golfer is out there. Do you still root for Tiger, even though it's hard to really imagine him ever winning a tournament again?
It really is. It seemed like that was his low, you know. But again, the weather was horrible.
He still looks like an extremely great athlete.
He does. But Jason Day had revealed that Tiger last year, because every time Tiger withdraws, he doesn't really go into any detail and he just withdraws. But he said the PGA Championship last year, after he made the cut, he had one of his screws from his surgeries or whatever, like came loose inside of his foot or something and had to withdraw because of that. So, I mean, I think it's stuff like that causes him to, just kind of sucks that his body is not.
Do you think it's falling apart because maybe he did steroids or something? Human horse growth hormones?
I mean, I'm gonna, in the case that Tiger's listening, which I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. But my theory is that he is just such a obsessive person about, like, when he does things, he goes all in. He doesn't sleep ever. He's waking up at 2 a.m. on these things, trying to get his body ready, and he's not like, he's working out a ton still, and I think he's just pushes himself to the limit.
Well, I don't think that he got to where he was by not being that person.
He's just not a guy that's ever going to have a normal life. It's either going to be hot or cold and some sort of drama, no drama. I mean, he's just crazy a little bit. So that's what makes him Tiger.
I was thinking about it when they get to they show the older guys from the way back generation, like Nicholson and those guys and Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas, yeah.
Nicholas and
Palmer, Nicholas, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like at some time we're going to see Tiger do that, but then I'm thinking, I doubt if Tiger's going to even be able to barely move at that age.
Yeah, the only thing that he said, once he gets to the senior tour, when he's 50, John Daly, that's our guy right there. Yeah. Once he gets to the senior tour, he's going to start taking a cart. So Tiger's going to start taking a cart on senior tour events.
Do all the senior guys ride carts?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, why not? No. Why not? They deserve it.
What is wrong with Phil?
I think he's a secret Saudi spy.
Yeah. He was wearing, the only logo he was wearing is that coffee company.
No, that's his live team.
It is?
The High Flyers, yeah.
Oh, I mean, his coffee company.
His coffee company might be the same name, but
I think that's their logo.
That's his High Flyers is his team logo on live.
Oh, okay. I thought that was his coffee company, but maybe I'm wrong.
Because all the live players had to wear their logos in the tournament.
Oh, interesting.
But there's a theory out there with Brooks Koepka, since live is only 3 rounds, they only play 3 rounds, that's why he couldn't finish out the 4th, because he wasn't used to it.
Oh.
But obviously Phil finished strong, and so did Patrick Reed. But I think that had a factor. I mean, I think not having to play 4 rounds.
Well, his first shot went into the trees, right off the hole number 1. He hit it late, yanked it left.
Yeah, but he got out of that.
He did.
He got out of that. Yeah, but it was a fun tournament. Always is. I mean, look for Tiger at the U.S. Open. I think maybe L.A. this year, L.A. Country Club in Los Angeles in June. I mean, it's going to be 85 degrees. It'll be great weather. So
yeah,
much better situation.
I don't know if it's a dark skin thing, but I do know that my body does not perform as well in cold weather as it does warm weather. And when it's warm and I'm sweaty a little bit, I feel fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
But when it's cold, I just don't. I don't feel like an athlete. I feel like I have concrete shoes. Everything's just slower.
See, maybe we need to do a 40-yard dash in the cold.
I think you'll still lose with this hair.
Look at that Bryson DeChambeau. Never heard of him. On the left, John Daly.
Oh, no.
See, this to me is the mystery. Is you got guys like John Daly, they can go out and play golf still, but Tiger can't?
Yeah, I know. He doesn't even take care of himself. He's smoking and drinking Cokes and Diet Cokes.
Look at this one.
The final tally of literally everything he put into his body over a full 18 holes. 21 cigarettes, 12 Diet Cokes, 6 packs of peanut M&Ms.
Oh, my gosh.
And 0.0 ounces of water.
That's a slap in the face to any health geek.
You've heard that story where John Daly's like, yeah, we're at the bar, we get done. Hey, Tiger, come have a few drinks with us. He's like, says, I'm going out to hit balls. So he goes out to hit balls, and then Tiger comes back in from hitting balls for a couple hours, and they're still having drinks. He's like, Tiger, come have some drinks with us. He's like, oh, no, I'm heading to the gym. So he's like, went to the gym to work out, and he said the next morning, we were paired up. I ended up drinking all night. Paired up, and I beat Tiger by 3 strokes or something, he said on the day.
I love that.
And Tiger even told him, he goes, if I had your talent, I wouldn't have to do all this.
It's true. I mean, John Daly has a lot of natural talent.
Which is crazy. Look, he's living the life.
I think if Tiger can play a senior tour events in a cart, I think he's going to win like 55 senior tour events.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's going just traveling around in a cart. He's going to dominate.
How old is he? How old
47. He only has 3 years.
He's only 47?
Yeah. No, John Daly?
Yeah.
No. John Daly's like 57 or 56.
Oh, I was going to say he could be on the senior tour already.
No, John Daly is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely looks
Tiger's going to dominate the senior tour.
You think he'll still be able to play?
Well, with a cart, I guess that's all he needs is just get out and hit and ride and good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the thing about Augusta is, and I've never been there, but they always say the TV, this does not do it justice. There's so many hills out there, and so that walk is brutal. So, but John Daly can do it.
Yeah, he can. Well, he's got things to entertain him, like M&Ms and cigarettes and Diet Cokes.
Yeah. So maybe Tiger needs to do that. I don't know.
You ever see Tiger eat on the course? I've never seen him.
Yeah, peanut butter, banana sandwiches. Yeah.
That's what you bring when we're golfing?
Yeah. Well, I am pretty much Tiger Woods.
Guys, go ahead and hit before me. Let me go ahead and eat.
I grew up in the Tiger Woods era, so I've got Tiger Woods everything.
Yeah, I saw that. What player was it? I think it was Cantlay. It was either Cantlay or Scheffler was wearing Tiger Woods logo shirts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Scheffler has the shoes and everything.
Yeah.
Cantlay, by the way, I mean, everybody was pissed off at him yesterday. I guess he was playing really slow, holding up play.
Is that him?
Yeah, and he was holding back Brooks, and
yes.
I guess John Rahm went to the bathroom like 9 times.
7
times on the course. It's pretty impressive. I mean, I've gotten close to that a couple of times. Of course, I've had a lot of drinks in me.
Why does he have to go so slow? Nobody likes slow play.
Nobody does. No one does, and it doesn't benefit anybody.
No, he's just thinking too much. He needs to get out and just play.
Just get in there.
Has he always been slow? Because there was a season there a couple years ago where he's winning a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, I guess he's been pretty slow.
Well,
him and DeChambeau.
Yes, DeChambeau. I remember when he first started. People getting all ticked off at
that
him.
Guy is just.
No one likes him.
He shot like +9. He just has nothing anymore. He's just done.
What happened? Did he just try and go for something that he shouldn't have?
I think he just tried to. He just got into himself a little too much and
one hit that long ball.
Yeah, there's Javi. Big Hav. Cantlay still walking up the fairway as he's hitting.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Wow, so he went up to his ball, hit it, and that guy's just now
still waiting back there. Yeah,
that's embarrassing.
I don't know, but it was a good week. what else do we got in sports? I mean, we've got baseball running full circle. We've got the NBA playoffs starting.
Wow, that Victor just walked ahead. Yeah. Well, I'm sure somebody will talk to him, tell him to go to live or speed it up.
Hey, get to live or get out. He's number 4 in the world.
Cantlay is?
Yeah. So,
interesting.
I saw Phil Mickelson's world ranking went from 455 to 79th.
Wow.
With his finish, yeah. And Brooks was like 89 to 35 or something like that.
Yeah, Brooks. So, what I did notice is watching, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they didn't show a lot of Koepka. They didn't want to show
They
him.
tried to hide. They didn't show anything from Phil.
Yeah.
Until the final round.
Yeah.
And Phil stuck it to him.
Same with Koepka. They weren't showing.
They didn't show Patrick Reed at all, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have even if he was on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that guy.
What about the Brooks Koepka cheating thing? You see that?
No.
You didn't see anything about that?
No.
On one of the holes, his caddy had given the other caddy in the group the club that Koepka hit, signaled like 5-iron or whatever. And you're not allowed to do that. You can't give advice before that player hits.
Oh.
After both players hit, you can be like, "What did you hit?" and 5-iron or whatever. But you can't give advice. So Brooks should have gotten a 2-stroke penalty. But their stories were they both collaborated and said that, "Oh no, we weren't asking for it." And even though the video, watch,
is this it?
Watch.
Oh, here we go.
Even though the video clearly shows it. See 5.
Wait, go back. I missed it. Let's see this.
I mean, it's clear. Watch. Look at it right there. He says 5 right there. 5. And then he said 5 right there with his glove. Look, watch. Right there. Yep. Oh man.
And what are they doing though? But what I don't understand. What did he do to cheat?
Well, you can't. So they told that other caddy. So Gary Woodland, you could see his caddy walking right by his caddy, and they're not allowed to share what they hit because Gary Woodland hasn't hit yet.
Oh. Okay.
So he's gonna go hit a 5-iron now because Brooks told him he hit a 5-iron.
Oh wow! So they did cheat.
And you're supposed to get a 2-stroke penalty, but then when they asked him about it, they both were in on it and said that they didn't ask for that. And it should have been a 2-stroke. Their answers were pretty.
Is Woodland in the live?
No. Oh. No, Woodland's just a normal. He's a normal guy.
Yeah, I didn't even know who he was.
He's not a Saudi spy. Not a Saudi spy.
Yeah, where's he from?
Gary Woodland?
Yeah.
Kansas.
Played
basketball in college.
Did he really?
Yep.
Good athlete.
Yep, really good athlete. I think it was a school in Kansas. It wasn't Kansas. But my buddy Jordan, who actually just got engaged today, one of my best friends growing up, he played for Kansas golf, and so did Gary Woodland. Gary was before him, but I guess
engaged. Let's give it up.
Hey, congrats to Jordan.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I guess he said that Gary's a super cool guy and he could bomb it. So
yeah,
but they cheat.
Most of these guys,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they're cheaters.
But what else is going on in the sports world?
Well, we started covering the east of the AFC and NFC, so now we're to the north.
By the way, we got a big signing out of the north. Odell Beckham Jr.
To the Ravens.
Yeah.
Before Lamar is even penned down. I heard rumor that he was given the Jets the opportunity today to match it because he still wants to go to the Jets, and the GM announced there's no deal done, but it's happening with Rodgers.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So I don't think that they would go to all that length of not
to sign Odell for $15 million.
I thought it was $18 million.
Oh, something like that. I mean,
yeah, he wanted 15, and people were like, "You're not going to get it," but I think he got 18 million.
Fun fact is, the Ravens have never sent a wide receiver to the Pro Bowl ever in their history.
Was
Yeah, that's what I saw that today.
Wow.
I mean, they had Steve Smith for a little bit, Senior, but he's kind of at the latter end of his career.
He was.
They
had
that
guy liked to fight.
Tory something. He was their guy when they won the Super Bowl. I was surprised that he didn't make it to the Pro Bowl, but
was his last name Tory?
It might have been.
Boy, it's right there.
It's right there, number 83, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's got to be because they just know Lamar's coming back.
Well, let's go into the AFC North since that's where you jumped right into. They finished at 10-7. They still have John Harbaugh. I think he's the longest tenured coach of any team.
It's got to be either him or
Belichick.
Mike Tomlin, too. Yeah, Belichick.
And Tomlin.
Belichick, yeah.
All of them, all in the AFC.
Huh.
Quarterback, Lamar Jackson. I mean, I put Tyler Huntley down because if Lamar gets traded.
Yeah.
Because they signed him to the franchise tag.
Franchise tagged him, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's what you get when you're greedy. You know, you want too much or whatever. We talked about it on the last week's show.
Talked about it last week, too. I mean, I never understand that when athletes are and sports analysts, he's got to protect his money and generational wealth and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, he's already going to make $138 million. If that's not generational wealth, then I'm not really sure what else is. So,
well, I don't know if the way the United States is going right now, that couldn't be worth very much. So keep it up over there.
Put it all in crypto. Put it all in crypto, and you'll be good.
We appreciate our politicians that are just messing and screwing everything up. We appreciate you. Way to go. Let's give it up for our government.
Yep.
If you're with us, send us back a clap on our Facebook page that politicians suck.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter who they are. They all suck.
They all suck. But
look at Trump's hair.
Ravens, I mean, if they get Lamar back, I mean, they're going to be the same team they always are. 10-6.
Yeah, and they've been clearing out guys on their defense. So I'm like, okay, so they had to get rid of some stars on defense to afford to pay for what?
If they don't get Lamar, they're going to go 4-13. You know, I mean,
10-7 last year. Bengals were at the top of the division at 12-4. A lot of people calling Joe Burrow the best quarterback in the league. Your opinion?
Well, not everybody. I think there was somebody had said he was like number 5 or something. Or, but I mean, I think when you're looking at pure quarterback and you're not looking at like, can they run fast? Are they flashy? I just think if you're looking at mentally and pure quarterback, I mean, he's got to be the most well-rounded quarterback in the NFL. I mean, smart, throws it far, or throws a good ball, good under pressure.
Enjoys a
good
cigar.
leader too.
Enjoys a nice cigar.
Enjoys a nice cigar. Enjoys a good cigar. So, you know, he's cool under pressure.
Well, that's his nickname.
Joe Cool. Oh,
hey,
look at that!
Jinx,
look at that!
Jinx.
So, what do you think? You think he's up there?
I like Joe Burrow a lot. I like his attitude. I like his confidence. I won't call him cocky. I think he's super confident. I think he's way more cool than Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is kind of.
I think that's what they say about Joe Burrow is that it's not that he doesn't care what anybody thinks, but he doesn't take information that people say, and he just is very secure in who he is.
He's very much believes in himself, which I think Mahomes does too. Mahomes, I mean, if you look at his body of work and what he's doing, he's probably just now in the prime of his career, and he just got off another Super Bowl victory, and so Mahomes for me is the best quarterback in the league. I think he's kind of weird. I think his brother is super weird. His wife talks too much, but other than that, he's a good quarterback.
But I mean, he's a football player, number one. So everybody has.
What happened with his brother?
Everybody has their annoying brother. We all have.
Yeah. Sorry, Chase. Sorry.
We all have them, but
congratulations to Chase. He's getting married.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. It'll be. I think Bengals will be atop that again. I mean, who else in the Steelers are in that division?
Steelers, they finished 9-8. They were third. Mike Tomlin's their coach. Kenny Pickett, the quarterback.
I think this is going to kind of be the sleeper team next year. I think the Steelers are going to be pretty good.
Steelers are always competitive and good because Mike Tomlin's.
They're always trying to protect Mike Tomlin's record,
So anyway, Kenny Pickett and the Steelers, they could be pretty good next year.
I like their running back. I like all their receivers.
And I think that they can compete with the Bengals. The Bengals aren't like overly dominant. They just win games.
Because they have Joe Burrow.
They have Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
They do. He's cool.
And then bringing up the rear, everyone's gonna find this hard to believe, but the Cleveland Browns finishing at 7-10.
Last but not least,
Kevin Stefanski.
Yep.
I like him as a coach. He seems like he's a good coach.
I think everybody gets exposed by the Browns. Doesn't matter if you're the greatest coach of all time.
It's funny that people get exposed by the Browns when their quarterback likes to expose himself getting massages. So
yeah, he does.
Crazy. Deshaun,
man, we got one on
I need
Friday.
a massage.
Aaron and I got a couple's massage Friday. That was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't expose yourself
in
the room, did you?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not about that. You know?
Yeah. I'm about throwing footballs and touchdowns. But
yeah,
not about
exactly. But Deshaun is a stinking stupid fantasy where he just wants to make that happen, and God, he's got an issue.
Yeah, just care about fantasy football and all the people.
The Browns should make a rule that he can only get massages from males.
Oh, I just would rather not.
Come on, like the biggest, ugliest male you could find out there should be giving Deshaun Watson massages.
Yeah, hit one of his offensive linemen. He's eating a bucket of chicken and
he's just sitting there. He doesn't know who's giving him a massage. Yeah. He just tries to expose himself to him and doesn't know who it is. And then if he exposes himself, then the offensive lineman needs to just beat him to death.
Yeah, or maybe not to death. Maybe we just hire his mother to give him massages. Oh gosh. Maybe he'd be on his best behavior.
He should. They really should do that. They probably did that to test out.
Wouldn't it be cool to have Deshaun Watson's mom on here and just interview her and ask her, what do you think about your son and what he's done?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Is that how you raised him? No, I'm just kidding.
Just call her out.
Yeah, just call her out. She's like, I enjoy massage myself.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, the Browns are going to be the Browns next year.
Yeah. It's just so sad that the Ravens, who used to be the Cleveland Browns, their franchise moved to Baltimore. And then the Browns had such a following, they brought in this franchise team that just can't get it going.
They just can't. I mean, think about the last 30 years for them, 20 years. They've had Johnny Manziel. They've had, who else did they brought on another quarterback. That didn't work out.
The guy that just signed with Carolina? No.
Oh, Tim Couch. That was kind of their first guy that they brought on. Tim Couch.
Who's
he didn't
the guy
work
that
out.
They actually went to the playoffs with? Baker Mayfield.
Baker. Yeah, Baker. Yeah. They had Baker. They've had... Which Baker is better?
Tampa. Is he in Tampa right now?
Yeah, Baker's in Tampa. Thank God. Baker... They had Derek Anderson for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Praise God for Derek Anderson.
Remember Derek Anderson had to come in and make one play because...
in 2017.
We were at the Seahawks game.
Yep.
And
Cam Newton didn't wear a tie.
Cam Newton didn't wear a tie to his his interview.
Yeah.
So the coach, Ron Riverboat Riviera.
Yeah, Riverboat Ron. Took a gamble.
Benched him and put in Derek Anderson, who throws his pick six.
A pick six on the first play of the game. Yeah, that was a great moment.
That was awesome.
A great moment.
You laughed.
I did.
You laughed.
I did.
Like, I
loved it. I loved it. I think that was, I just thought that was great.
It was great.
If you want to sacrifice that over, Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny Testaverde, man.
Look at that. Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn. Brady Quinn was their quarterback. Colt McCoy. Jason
Campbell.
Remember,
Vinny Testaverde was going to win a national championship with Miami, and they lost to Penn State. They got blown out.
Nittany Lions.
Yeah.
Joe Paterno.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And his legacy, must not be named.
What happened to his legacy? They don't even talk about him anymore.
And rightly so. If he covered up and protected that coach, it's just a weird thing. But
well, that's anyway. A lot of that going on in our country anyway.
Yeah.
People covering up stuff, getting sick of it.
Yeah, me too. But look at those quarterbacks. They haven't had one franchise-changing quarterback.
Oh, Robert Griffin, he tried to resurrect his...
He tried, but he didn't. He did not succeed at that.
Yeah. It's crazy that people still want Baker Mayfield.
And I don't understand that either.
He didn't really do anything bad with Cleveland. He had him in double-digit victories that year.
I think it was because he was a number one pick. If he would have been like a third-round pick, he was just a number one pick, so he's expected to do number one pick things, and he's just not a number one pick, But
he had more commercials than any quarterback I've ever seen ever.
He's pretty good in those commercials. He was pretty one good. Where he's in the stadium.
Did you like him, though?
I liked him in college.
I liked him as the Browns quarterback. I didn't like him.
I didn't like him as the Ram. I don't think he's he's just not a... That's the thing. Not everybody's a Geno Smith, right? Like, Geno... Like, once you have become something like Baker, your chances of turning it around are almost nothing done.
It is.
Geno never really had another chance. He kind of sat the bench for like 8 years and
we talked about this on the podcast before that, like, now you get a guy like Lamar Jackson, right? You're changing your offense to his talents, where years ago, like a Jamarcus Russell, you bring him in and they don't do anything to help the guy. It's just like, oh, you fit into our system or you're gone.
Yep.
And Geno, he was a high draft pick. They tried Tim. It just didn't quite work out for him wherever he was going, but enough to be a good backup. Mm-hmm. And he just so happened to back up a perennial Pro Bowler in Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. Got a couple years behind him before, maybe Russell got a little too big in the britches. I think that's part of his problem. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he just kind of stuck around. He always believed in himself, even though others didn't.
I think that's some of these guys' problems, like Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Some of these guys are always trying to go somewhere so they can start, instead of being okay with just being a backup for a little bit.
You know who else
taking
is
advantage of
like
your chance
that?
when you come.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's a similar story.
Fitzy.
He wasn't a high draft pick, but
out of Harvard. He went to a high school right next to mine in Arizona called Highland.
Oh, wow.
High school, yeah.
Yeah, so Ryan Fitzpatrick is another guy that came in and played really, really well when he got his opportunities.
I'm hoping that Geno doesn't become a Fitzpatrick, though, because he would always get his chance, and then he was just a little too much of a gunslinger.
Favre. He had a little Favre in him.
He had a little Favre in him, but he was great when he was a backup that came in and replaced. Look at that.
Wow. That's terrible.
But, Baker, some of these guys need to be okay with just being backups. Like, Baker just should be okay with being a backup for however long, and then if his opportunity comes back, he can...
Well, I mean, he has an opportunity this year. He's going to be the starter in Tampa.
He doesn't have to be a backup. Yeah, maybe he'll be maybe the other guy will beat him out.
Yeah, who knows?
But
so anyway, who's your pick to win the AFC North next year?
I'm going to Bengals. I mean, they're not going to regress really. They're going to be another 11 and either like 12-5.
I think they're my preseason pick. Not only win the division, but win the AFC and get to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, it's hard to go against that. I think they've got all the people coming back. They've got all the right leadership. They've got all the right defensive guys. I mean,
I want to say the Bills,
except for Joe Mixon, who's shooting up kids in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
trick or treaters or just anybody?
I think anyone. No, I don't know the full story there, but apparently he got arrested again. So
again,
yeah. I don't know, but we'll see. I think, but I'm with you, Bengals on that one.
Okay.
But I think the surprise team in that division is going to be the Steelers next year. I think they're going to be 10-7 team, 11-6.
You can't count out Mike Tomlin. You know what I love about Mike Tomlin? He's been doing it forever, and he's got his little looks and his seriousness. But there's always that time where he's looking at a player and he's like snickering a little bit, getting him a smile because he just loves it. I think he absolutely loves it.
Yeah, he's just hardcore a little bit. He's got that stare that you never want to see if he's mad at you.
No.
But
look at him, Mike Tomlin. And he's coloring the gray. He's as gray as I am, but he's coloring it.
Oh yeah.
He's coloring. He's not letting it go yet.
Will I am?
Oh, he looks just like.
Oh my gosh.
Omar Epps. Yeah. They're like the same dude.
They need to do, if they ever do a movie about Mike Tomlin, he needs to play him for sure. Yeah. There's not even a question.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is Mike Tomlin.
Look at, they got a split face over here.
Looks like the same guy.
It is the same guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They should put him in as coach one game. See what people say.
Next question. Next question. Do you look like Omar Epps? Next question. Next question. Are you sure, Coach?
If you can crack a smile out of Mike Tomlin, you've done a lot of things right.
I think I could get him to smile.
Yeah. You think Chase Claypool got him to smile?
Oh, no.
No.
When he didn't get the ball to the referee and cost him a win a couple years ago because he wanted to dance after a catch with 13 seconds left on the clock.
You just see Mike Tomlin after the game.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, this is Zach does impressions. This is his impression of Coach Mike Tomlin. Oh, no. Jeez, there's great photos on the internet. Okay, so let's go to the NFC North. Vikings won that division last year. They hung on to that number 2 spot in the playoffs. They were struggling there down the stretch, but they did beat the Bills.
We do not care.
No.
Mike Tomlin. We do not care.
Yeah, we do not care. Yeah. Mike Tomlin. All right. Kevin O'Connell is the head coach of the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, the quarterback. I heard that there's a team trying to make a trade for Kirk Cousins. Did you hear about this?
What? I mean, why?
I'm trying to remember the team that I read.
Maybe
it might have been Washington.
He was on Washington, wasn't he?
Yeah. It might have been Washington. So the team has been approved by the league to go up for sale, the Commanders. And I know Magic Johnson's part of the group that wants to buy them for $168 million or billion.
Billion, yeah. I was going to say if it was 168 million
billion,
I would buy him because that's a good deal. I'm just kidding.
Wow, I'd clear out your savings.
Yeah, no, I got a little bit left after that.
Oh wow,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
Real estate's good.
Yeah.
So Vikings 13-4. I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan. I think that he's solid enough, but they just haven't quite built that defense up.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, Kirk Cousins puts some points on the board, but they're not stopping anybody.
He does. Yeah, they're not stopping anybody. And
you know who I'm excited for next year? The Lions.
Yeah, me too.
They have the youngest team. They really came on at the end to beat Green Bay to put the Seahawks into the Super Bowl
they've got a
playoffs.
cool coach. They got a cool coach. They got a lot of cool.
Dan Campbell.
I saw something the other day. Jared Goff hasn't thrown an interception since Week 9.
Wow,
that's pretty impressive.
I think Jared Goff's a good quarterback. I've never thought. I hated playing him in the Rams.
Yeah,
he was always good against us.
I thought and he's got a lot of weapons. He's got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Love Amon-Ra. Thinking about naming my third kid that.
Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra Davis, yeah.
Amon-Ra Davis.
But they've got that guy. They've got I just love T.J. Hawkinson wants to go to the Vikings so that he can go win some playoff games.
Yeah.
And I think the Lions are going to be better than the Vikings next year.
I would say so, or just as good.
I think so. They're going to have, and they have a 6th pick in the draft.
That St. Brown's a good wide
Hutchinson
receiver.
on defense. They've got the 6th pick in the draft this year too.
They do, and they have the youngest team. So if they keep building on this, they're going to be good for a few years.
They're going to be great.
Yeah,
that'll be very interesting to see.
Packers 8-9. They're the question mark, right? I mean, they finished 8-9, missed the playoffs. Matt LaFleur's their coach. Jordan Love's most likely going to be their quarterback. Rodgers is on his way to the Jets, apparently. It's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And it's still, we've been talking about this for a month.
It's been a while ever since he emerged from his cave.
Yeah, the
darkness retreat. Yeah.
Remember when my hair was dark?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, now it's this.
Yeah, I remember.
So, blondes do have more fun, though.
Yeah, hey, I'm glad you've been able to experience that.
As soon as I leave here, it's just going to be more
just
fun
constant
than
fun.
it normally is. Yeah.
Maybe I need to do that so I can have some more fun,
Yeah. Weren't you just in Disneyland?
Yeah, but kid trip.
What do they call Disneyland? The most place on earth?
Aging
place
that ages you the most.
It's the only place you can walk around all day and still gain weight. That's what they say about Disneyland.
Yep. That sounds like my house, too.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, when the kids all have their little snacks around and, and especially when your wife's pregnant, right? Because they're like always hungry and eat like this little bit.
Yeah,
and you're like, well, we can't let that go to waste.
Finish that off, yeah.
Why are we going to let that go to waste?
But, no.
What do you think about Matt LaFleur?
I think Packers, I think he's a pretty good coach. I don't think he's a bad coach. He's been held hostage by Aaron Rodgers. And
yes. What is it with letting players be bigger than the game?
I don't know. I don't like it. We saw what happened in Seattle.
Yeah, we did. They got rid of him. They wouldn't let him get away with it. We saw what happened
in Denver. They had to go hire a coach because the player got too big.
They were so scared of Russell Wilson, they gave him his own office.
I couldn't even imagine somebody being scared of
Russell. I want to know if there's ever been another player in the NFL ever that had his own office.
Yeah. Well,
I think of guys like Brady, Joe Montana, they probably deserved an office. Even John Elway got kicked out of his office, and he said he'll never work for the NFL again.
Why do you want an office, though? Why would somebody need an office?
If they're a player?
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Take calls?
Because he wants to be bigger than the game.
Yeah.
Hey, Russell Wilson, how you doing? Starting quarterback, Denver Broncos.
Russell Wilson here, the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos. I'm unable to get my phone right now because I'm probably on Instagram. Yeah. Please call me back when you get the chance.
He's not answering the phone. He hired an assistant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Russell Wilson's office. How can I help you? Sorry, he's filming a Subway
This
commercial.
is one of your players?
Yeah. He's having a danger wish. It's break time.
Everybody needs... What's the commercial? The sidekick or whatever, or the alternate ego, or
oh yeah,
what do you say? Everybody needs an alter
unlimited.
Ego. Everybody needs an alter ego, and I decided my alter ego is Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Oh no!
And then he eats his sandwich. He actually,
that's pretty good. You ever had one?
Oh no, he's such a dork.
He goes like this, that smirk where he's like.
When he was first in the league, I would love what he'd say.
That smirk on his face. I just love Nathaniel Hackett. I love that guy. Yeah. So I play hard for him. Show up and play hard for him. Nobody loves Hackett more than me. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Man. I don't know, man.
Oh, man.
We don't have to deal with that anymore.
Russell. Thank God.
You think Geno and Russ talk still?
Geno Smith and Russ?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No way. Not a chance. I bet Russell barely talked to him anyway.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
It's like, guys, if you need me, I'm going to be in my office. But don't disturb me while I'm in there. Yeah.
But I think I think that's going to be a really weird division next year.
Yeah.
Because Lions could come out and be great, but they could also be average.
They could also be the Lions.
And the Vikings could be average. Packers could be a weird team. Bears,
I like Dan Campbell.
The Bears are putting together a squad.
Yeah, but they're 3-14. I like Justin Fields. I loved him coming out of college. I thought he could really throw the ball. I had no idea his legs were that good. I knew he could run, but I didn't know like that.
He's going to be my keeper this year in fantasy football.
You're keeping him.
Well, because I picked him up in free agency, too, so we're doing the whole, whatever spot.
Can you tell me the Bears head coach? Can you pronounce that name?
It's Matt Eberle.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Is that it? Matt Eberflus.
Eberflus.
Yeah, Eberflus.
Yeah. I didn't want to pronounce that.
See, this is the thing that frustrates me. You got this coach that they went 3-14.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't good at all. And nobody talked about him getting fired.
Well, at some point, you got to just stop firing guys and give them a few years.
But there's other teams, I can't think of them on the top of my head, but they just fire.
Yeah, what is it that you're like, okay, we like this guy, we're going to bring him in, we're excited about him, they go 3-14, fired. I'm like...
Hackett, of course, he was a bad coach, but yeah, I don't know.
Russell wanted him gone. I think that was the plan to bring him in, fire him, because they had hired him before they brought in Russell. Mm-hmm. So when they got an opportunity to trade for Russell, Russell's like, I don't want to work for Hackett.
I want
Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And
he's had a hard on.
They gave him an office.
He's had a hard on for Sean Payton for a while.
He has.
Yeah, he has.
You mean like his heart?
Yeah. His heart. Yeah.
His heart on.
His sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, no. By the way, we were told this isn't a kid's show. So, we're good.
So we're good now. We're just going off, popping off.
Yeah, just popping off with.
Yeah, my guess.
Heart-ons.
I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna take. This might be a surprise. I think the Packers are gonna win that division next year with Jordan Love.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, they just tank?
I think they're going to be another average team. They're going to be 10-7 or 9-8.
So they won't be doing the gritty. The gritty's not going to get him down.
No gritty.
Jefferson. He said he's coming up with a new dance anyway.
Yeah. He's got to reinvent himself a little bit after.
What's the new dance? What do you think
Quan
he goes
Alexander
to?
shut him down.
Can you do a gritty for the show?
No, I can't do a gritty. No,
really. You look like you could do a gritty.
I can't do anything.
If we go golfing, if we do golfing and you get a nice little birdie.
Maybe.
You do a gritty?
Maybe I'll can do a little Cam Newton.
Why are we showing that guy? Look at Tolbert.
T.O.
Yeah, he's doing the Michael Jackson.
Dude, speaking of T.O., big Gonzaga fan.
Yeah, because of, what's his name? They used to play at the Tennessee Chattanooga.
Malachi Smith.
Yeah, Malachi Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Antonio Brown.
This is not a kid's...
Is Antonio Brown still alive?
You don't hear from him anymore.
I don't know what happened to him. Yeah.
They're probably going to have a body double.
Canceled him. He probably posts something every day, but he doesn't know he's canceled from everything.
He's definitely dead. They're working on his body double to come out. Everyone has
want
one.
him to have a body double.
Biden
They
has
don't want
one.
him to have a body double.
They say the guy out of Russia, what's
Putin?
He's a body double now. It's not even him anymore.
Yeah. I have. They can't find one for me because I'm a little bit above par in looks. Yeah. So it's hard to find a replacement.
Yeah.
But
second best looking guy on the podcast.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with blonde hair. With blonde hair. Anyway, yeah. What do you think of that division? You think Lions take it?
Boy, it's hard to pick the Lions, right? I don't think anybody's picked the Lions for 30 years.
No, nobody. Yeah. Maybe this is the year that people actually pick the Lions.
You know what? Let's pick the Lions.
I'm not picking the Lions. You pick the Lions.
No, why?
I'm picking
you
the
can make me color my hair again? You're going to take the Packers. You know what? I'm going to take the Lions. I will take the Lions in that division. I like Dan Campbell. Jared Goff's the best quarterback in the division.
I will chug a 40 if the Lions win the division next year.
Chug a 40. Hey, let's write that down. Chug a 40.
Write it down. It's on tape. It's on tape.
Will you put it in the brown paper bag, or are you just going to go for it?
Just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's how committed I am.
What kind of 40 are you going to do? Like Colt 45?
I I have no idea what kind of brands there are, but there you go.
How about Coors Light? It's Coors. Yeah, there it is. Old English.
Yeah. All right.
Look at that 40. Oh my gosh! Look at this 40 down here. Who is that?
But
wow.
We'll see. I think the Packers are going to take that division. So,
well, I mean, they're always good. They're perennials. This is just weird that they didn't take the division. When was the last time the Vikings won? The Lions are always at the bottom. The Bears have been struggling for years.
We got the draft coming up.
Do you remember who the Bears quarterback when they went to the Super Bowl and played Peyton Manning and the Colts?
Yeah, it was Rex Grossman.
Grossman.
Yeah, wow. Rex Grossman. Love the guy.
Yeah.
There we go.
He was cool. And
yeah,
then
Rex was it.
And then they had put in Colt 45. Isn't that a beer too?
Is Rex Grossman considered their best quarterback that they've ever had?
There it is, Colt 45.
There we go.
Liquor. I think we got to get you one of those in a 40.
Over under on Matt Ryan starting a football game next year.
He hasn't retired officially.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Maybe he goes back to the Falcons.
A lot of these guys don't announce retirement because then they don't have to go to training camp. And then they can just slide in and replace somebody that got hurt and bring him in.
Yeah, smart.
There he is.
I used to try to do that in high school, and I just didn't
There's
work.
the guy. That's the guy from the Millennium Falcon on the Star Wars.
Wait, what?
The guy before. Him.
Huh.
He was in Star Wars.
Was he?
Yep. Huh. He had the Millennium Falcon. He stole it or something from.
Oh, yeah, that's right. From Han Solo.
What was his name? Calaruso or something like that? Or
I don't know.
What's that guy's name in Star Wars? Calarisi or... Oh, gosh.
Speaking of that, we went to Star Wars Land.
Lando Calrissian.
Lando.
That's him, Lando Calrissian. Boom, nailed it.
What else was he in? He's in something else, too.
Wow. He's probably been in lots of stuff.
Yeah, there he is with Han.
Yeah, Han Solo.
See what else he's been in.
All right. While we're looking up that, we're really intrigued by Lando. How many Star Wars are there now?
There's, 7 or 8.
I remember the original 3, and then they just started throwing.
Oh, the Lego Batman movie. I forgot he was in that one. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh! Star Wars.
That was maybe his best. Else. That was maybe his best movie, the Lego Batman.
That's what he's known for. Oh no!
There he is.
Just his voice.
There he is.
Oh no!
Oh no!
All right. I don't. I've never watched that show. Probably never will.
He's in Scooby Doo. What a guy! That was pretty good. Yeah. He was in Dirty Dancing.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't like Dirty Dancing?
Well, 2017 version though.
Oh, he was.
A little bit different version, but
yeah. Probably really dirty.
We got the Mariners too. They're starting to play a little bit better. I know they got off to a pretty rough start.
Yeah, who's excited for baseball season? I love the new rules, so I watched.
Shout out Alex Reyes.
Right, Alex Reyes, big Mariners fan, and our boy Zach, who was one of our guests.
Zach Allen.
Yeah.
Zach Allen, yeah, baseball's in full swing.
So I watched the Mariners game. They actually went in extra innings against Cleveland. I think it was their third game of the year. It was the rubber match. They had won the first game. Cleveland got the second. They go in extra innings in the third. And extra innings comes, and they immediately put a guy on second base. And not just that, the pitcher has only so many seconds, and I can't remember what it was, 20 seconds to set up his pitch and get it there. And wow, it just speeds the game up. It is way better to watch. Extra innings can't just go. Remember their playoff game?
Yeah.
Just win and win and win. Now they started with a guy on second. Obviously, it helped Cleveland because they got a run in and they ended up winning by 1 run. I think it was 4-3, and Mariners couldn't score, so they lost that game. But they did go in.
That's pretty cool.
Into Cleveland, and I think they took if they swept them or at least 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
I didn't see.
I think they swept them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to play a little bit better. It's nice to see.
What is their record right now?
I've got to get into it a little bit more. It's hard to follow for some reason. For me.
Well, how many games do they play?
160.
Yeah, 160 games.
It's hard to be in it all if you're not a huge fan.
We'll definitely be talking about the Mariners. I mean, we're going to keep an eye on them and what's going on there, along with some of the other teams.
4-6, so a slow start.
Yeah, 4-6. But, that's them. They stay around 500, make you think they're going to win all those years, and last year they finally did.
Yeah.
So kind of hoping that it's a long season.
It's a long season. A lot of games left. A lot of games.
And I noticed that Houston's off to a really cold start in the division.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a surprise. That's a surprise.
Yeah, Houston. Well, they don't have Verlander anymore.
Yeah.
Can't remember where Verlander went, but anyway,
it'll be interesting.
Starting pitcher, he was solid for them.
He was. Oh, man. Amazing.
Where
Verlander?
was he prior to? Was it Houston? He was with Houston all those years.
I don't know.
Yeah, Verlander.
Julio's starting to play a little bit better.
Yeah.
We got NBA playoffs coming up too.
Yeah.
Not a big NBA fan, huh?
I just, as soon as LeBron's out of the league, I'll start watching again. Bring the Sonics back. I'll be all in.
Yeah.
I miss my Sonics. It just hasn't been the same. I tried to cheer for Golden State, right? Because I'm like, all right, who am I going to pick? I could pick Portland because, Allen owned Portland and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Portland doesn't excite me. I always hated Portland because the Sonics played them all those years, and it was hard to go against team that was in your division. But then Golden State stunk forever, and then now they're good.
Yeah.
And so I started cheering for them, and then they won that championship that first year, and it didn't affect me at all. It didn't make me feel like, because that's not my team.
Well, you got to be a Suns fan with me.
I've always liked the Suns.
I'm pulling for them this year. I mean, they've
got
Kevin Durant
last year when they lost in the
I
first round of the playoffs. Third?
Yeah, I think it was second.
Second
to
round?
the Mavericks, who didn't even make the playoffs this year.
I know.
Like Kyrie Irving and
Did you
Luka
hear?
Doncic.
You hear they sat
They
all their
tanked.
starters,
They
and now
tanked.
they're being looked at.
Yeah, they tanked so they didn't make it to the playoffs.
Which is crazy.
Man.
Now they're going to trade him, huh?
I mean, if you think about though, that's my thing with NBA is like the eight seeded teams just don't. They're just not going to win. So that's usually like the top 4 teams have a chance in each division.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
5.
I mean, and Zion Williamson's super fun to watch, but the guy's always hurt.
Yeah, he is. At what point do you just move on? What point do you just give up and move on from a guy that he just can't stay healthy?
I think his body's just too big. A lot of the players are just, look at him.
He's huge. He's always been that way.
He looks like a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Legitimately, look how thick his waist is. Most of your NBA guys are really lean, and
Like
they
that
don't
guy.
have as much pressure on their joints.
I mean, it is pretty crazy though to see.
Look at him.
They go from college playing like 35 games to the pros playing 80. But
He is a big mother trucker.
he was great at Duke. He was great. But that'll be fun to watch a little bit. That's kind of the season right now that we're in. So we'd love to hear from our followers and our people. What kind of things do they want to hear? What kind of things do you want us to talk about?
We could talk about anything. It doesn't even have to be sports. Let's talk about it.
We can talk about whatever. We can talk about whatever.
That's how this show started. It was just a phone call talking about whatever. It wasn't always sports.
Yeah, we were
It's a
talking
lot of
about
sports.
bikinis and I'm just kidding.
Bikinis and fast cars.
That's pretty much all we talked about.
And I don't remember one fast car we talked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, speaking of transitioning right from that to the Bibleverse.
Yeah, I think it's a good time. We need some...
we need some wholesome content here.
Zach needs some forgiveness for talking about all those bikinis. I just listened in that conversation.
You did. Well, let's get into the Bibleverse.
No, but let me tell you the rest of the story.
No, let's get
I'm just interrupt. Well, I was just getting started, Zach. Please. Well, anyway, we should probably talk about our sponsors since we're interrupting a little bit and let them take part of the show. But check out our sponsors on the bottom. Don't miss out. Please be using our sponsors. They're great sponsors, and they are experts and professionals at their craft. But anyway, back to my story. 6th grade, I find out I'm in line. And if anybody knows Craig Kozat out there, we were talking about it, in line to come in after recess. And somehow he's like, wait, you still believe in Santa? I said, yeah. He goes, no, Santa's your parents, and they hide in a closet or something, he said. And I'm like, what?
Gosh, jeez.
So I went home, and I'm like...
Whose parents are hiding in closets?
I don't know. I just remember him saying that. So he's out there. Craig tells everybody this. He's like, oh, that's Sean. I know. I told Sean who Santa was in this. That's his favorite thing to say, right? But I went home, and I said, Mom, are you and Dad Santa? And she goes, do you want me to be honest with you? And I said, yes. Yes, Santa's your dad and I. And I was devastated.
It is devastating news. What if she would have told you no? What if she would have said, you want me to be honest with you? And she said no.
I guess she'd be a liar. Yeah. Thanks for not lying to me, Mom.
Devastating.
I'd hate to have been in the 8th grade to find out that you lied to me, but
nobody ever gets upset about the Easter Bunny not being real. Everybody gets almost happy when they, like, relieved, you know?
Yeah, it was scary.
Mom and Dad, is the Easter Bunny you?
Is that thing in my room?
Oh, thank God.
I'm sleeping? Yeah.
There's a big, creepy bunny
How did
coming into the house and grabbing eggs and hiding them.
How did Santa bring gifts to your house as a kid?
We would just go to sleep and
be there when you
they'd
woke
be
up?
there in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
We didn't.
huh.
There'd be a ring at the doorbell, and we'd run to the door. Well, my dad was putting him on the thing, ring the doorbell, and he'd run around the side of the house to come in the back entrance.
Oh my gosh!
So when I was old enough, I watched him. I was sitting in the living room, and I watched him run and slip on ice and almost fall and get to the back. And he came in with his smirk and smile. And I was like, "Wow, you've been doing this for years." And as we'd run to the front door,
So you just open the door and there'd be a bunch of presents
sitting on the door.
Wow, what a dream!
Yeah.
What a dream! That's impressive from the parents.
We didn't do the morning thing because we were off and had to go down to Moscow with one set of grandparents that lived down there. So
Man, that is I've never heard that one before. It must have been a 1960s thing.
yeah, definitely back in the 60s when I was.
Well, let's get into the verse.
Let's get into it. So yeah, we're just coming off Easter. What a great day, and this kind of I would say definitely falls into the Easter. But it's John chapter 10 verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. That's definitely what's happened, why we celebrate Easter, and it's just a free gift.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yep.
No matter how good, bad, ugly.
Knock on the front door.
Yeah, a little.
Open the gift. It's there.
There it is. You know, a little doorbell. You run to the door. And
I love that too. That he is the good shepherd, and he's not, trying to just get attention, or he wants to. He's gonna stick with you.
Down his life for us.
Through things with you, and I think that's something that we lose in this culture now is people being there for each other consistently, shepherding other people. We want everybody to see us on Instagram. We want everybody to see us on. We want the attention. I just think of our God was a guy who was on a throne and just said, "Worship me." Yep, that's not how he is. Yeah,
but he came to show us, and he died for us, showing us.
Yep.
So,
and I love that.
Tremendous.
I love that.
Tremendous. If you guys haven't had an opportunity to have a relationship with Jesus, start praying and develop that relationship because your life will change.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
It's easy to do that. There's no hold up between you and God. It doesn't matter how imperfect you are.
Yeah. And I know that there's people out there struggling because we are not living in really great times right now. There's a lot of things pulling you in every direction.
Yeah. Besides this show, there's not a lot of things out there that are great.
So we're glad that you're tuning in because we know that we're bringing some joy to the world with this bad boy. Yeah. So.
Joy to the world, the Lord has come.
Wow, Christmas music in April. We're in April.
It feels like March or February.
Yeah, it's actually. I walked out to my truck. I'm like, I'm not cold.
Yeah,
it feels.
It's like 60 degrees today. Yeah. It's golfing.
It is good enough.
You were supposed to go today, weren't you?
Yeah, but you guys wouldn't move the podcast up. So
that's right. I just wanted to bring that up so we could.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about the blonde hair. I was the loser of the bet. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
We're gonna
I don't know who to congratulate though. You or me? Because it seems like you won this one.
Well, blondes have more fun. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. We're excited for our next show. Also, we just need Zach to close out the show. We're done.
Boom.
There it is. Section 325. See you next week. I'm Sean. This is Zach.